right into here. And that's a simple two-point procedure. So from this corner, we go back to the left vanishing point. From this corner, we go back to the right vanishing point. There we go. So part of this lesson is a lesson in discipline, in craft, in seeing the space in perspective, in getting all your materials here to work for you and line up. So now we have our first building. There we go. Keep your drawing light. Later on, I'm going to go back over this in black and shadow and add light. We're going to make this a really long, beautiful drawing. So I'm not going to do a lot of coding over, so you have to be detective. But what I will do, every time I draw the bottom of the building, I'll do it in green. So congratulations. Now you have your first building form in space in 3-point. Now later on we'll go back and make the building look more realistic and add antennas and windows and all kinds of jazzy stuff. But for now we want to keep it there. Notice our eye level. We're way up high, looking way down on this 3-point form. Okay. Let's add another building here, and let's put it on the right side here, and we'll put it somewhat behind here. So I'll give a little space between my building. I'll put the next one here. I'll make it a little bit longer, maybe there. I'll draw over it. And the reason why we're doing this is you have to think behind a form, because what I'm going to be doing is extending this building out. It's going to be cropped off a little bit from this front building. So it might look like we'll push it all the way back to maybe there, and then go back to the vanishing point, and then go back to the left vanishing point. So it will look probably like something like that. This building will be in front. So let's do that now. Take my red, and I'll line up my ruler to the left vanishing point, back in space, back to the left vanishing point, go back. And so there we have for our green building here and here. So we're kind of making this, look like I'm making this the same thickness here as the other. So that's already done for us now. So now I have here and here and there for the bottom of my next building. And so now I need to bring verticals up for it. I want to make it a little shorter than this box. I know that this box, let's say this box is about 4 or 5 stories, and so its height diminishes here. So here it is right through here. So I know that if I bring this box up from the vertical vanishing point coming up, anywhere underneath this line, my front corner, it will be shorter than this building. So I'm going to bring it up to about right there. I'll put a dot where I'm sketching it out, and I'll leave it, and then we'll bring up from the vertical vanishing point up to it, so you can see it here. So there it lines up pretty nicely when I sketch. Here to here, there it is right there. I'll put a little extra dot where that's going to be. Now it becomes, again, 2-point, where I could bring up more verticals, but I think I'll wait on that. So from this point, let's go back to the left vanishing point of our building, for our building here. And now I'll go back to the right vanishing point for our building there, here and here. And so now I can bring my vertical vanishing up through this point here to meet up right to there. All right. So let's go. It's got to go through the vertical vanishing point. See how I missed that a little bit? So that's why when you're sketching, you got to be diligent, and you can tighten it up with strong perspective lines. Here to here. Then I go from my vertical vanishing point through this point here up to the convergence line right there. So from there to there, right to there. Here's my next building, right there. You've got that. You're going to have to be careful. You're going to have to be, I know it's corny, but you're going to have to be detective when you're using perspective. You're going to have to be mindful, be careful, you know which form is which form. This really helps train you to see and separate forms, one form from another from all sides. This becomes a great assignment for that training as well. Now we need to finish out the top of our building. From this point, we go back to the left vanishing point here and all the way through. Okay, and here's the left side of our building. We go back to the right vanishing point here. So right there, line up my straight edge. Nice, good craft. And there is our next building right there in space. Okay, so we've got two buildings now that we're working with. Very good. Okay, so the next form, or next building I'm going to put back there is going to be, we're going to walk through here. People can walk through here. It's going to be kind of in between these. We need some space in between here. So they have to fit, it's going to fit right in through here, maybe be a little longer, okay? And then go back to the vanishing point, something like this, and something like this, and that. So that's going to be our bottom right there. Hopefully you can see that. That's my plan for us, is for it to look like that. All right, so let's do that. So I'll take my green, I'll put a dot where I want it, and now I've got to use perspective to line up my ruler to the left vanishing point, to the right vanishing point, right there. Okay, and then from here over to the left vanishing point, right there, and back. And now from this corner, right through here, I go back to the right vanishing point, and I'll get my next building right there, the bottom of it. So, okay, let's outline that in green so you can see it better. Here, and here, and here, and there. Okay. Lots of stuff coming at you, but we've got 3 buildings built so far. Looking pretty good. Or actually 2 with the bottom looking pretty good so far. Okay. So now we need to bring verticals up from our building. We're going to make this a little higher than the other 2. So from this point, vertical vanishing point through this front corner, we're going to go up higher all the way to about right here. There's our height. So I'm going to put a dot there. And I'm going to go back to now from this point of our building back to the right vanishing point. All right, so there to there. All the way back. And from our front corner of our building here, all the way back to the left vanishing point. Okay. So we've established height there. Now I'm going to go from the vertical vanishing point through the right back corner of our building up and right there. It meets up with the convergence line there, and I trace over it. I've got that raising up now. It's definitely the tallest building in our drawing thus far. And so now from the vertical vanishing point through the corner, back left corner of our building, we'll be coming right here and on up. And be a detective, so right there I stop where it meets this convergence line, right to there to there. That's our next height. And so we're seeing this building is slightly cropped in front of that one. This is good training to be able to see through forms and objects. It will actually help you quite well when you're drawing the figure. It's going to be quite important for you. From this point, we want to go back to the left vanishing point here. And from this point, we want to go back to the right vanishing point. You line it up nicer, okay? And so now we have our next building right in through here to there, to there. And then we see this part here and on over. Now, I think it's wise for me to stop here a little bit and to trace over these, only the parts that we see, to make it a little bit tangible for you. I think I'll do that in, let's see what colors I have. I don't want to do it completely in black, because you might get confused on that. I don't have a blue, so I guess it will be then in black. Maybe I should do that just along the way so you'll see it. I think it's going to help. Alright, so let's only outline the parts that we truly see right now. So you gotta be mindful of that. Alright, so we'll do the front building that we did first, right here. It's right here. So if you're drawing along with me and you're using Prismacolor or color pencil, use a black. Just don't draw too dark right now, because we're going to shade later, or I am at least, so you can watch that. And then here's the